Greetings, traveler.
All right, chat. We've got ourselves an Alutemu game with elementals, quillboar, mech, demons, and beast. And we're going for the sire, and of course, how can we not? Love taking a sire. I've just become such a content machine. Sire, buttons, Marin, sign me up, right? All the fun stuff. All right, we got our quests coming up. Now, I took the liberty to translate this already. So we have the one on the left, which is play 3 beasts or demons, if I recall correctly. So he is going to end up going with that one. And we have a beast in the surf and surf here. You could also take the pink man, right? Who's the green man now. But surf and surf is stronger. The green man would have lost here, so that's nice. Yes, also, I wanted to shout that out. Look at that match history. That is preposterous. Tell me again how Battlegrounds is all about luck. This man's entire match history is first. One of the best players in the world, again, right? Alutemu, absolutely up there, which is why we review a lot of his games. Even though it's in Japanese, skill is universal, right? Like, even though the game is in a different language, we know what he's doing, we can appreciate it. Like, the quest, I think, is a little bit more tricky, which is why I think it's good to let you guys know what he's looking for. So, beasts or demons. For the battle cry quest, right? Yes, Snicker Snack triggers the so here's his ult. It's so good because he's got the battle cry demon already. So Snicker Snack at the end of the turn will trigger a battle cry. So he now put a fodder in his next shops, and he's now gonna put a second fodder in his shops as well. So if he rolls, he's gonna get +4/+4. Really nice. The opponent goes 3-on-3. Now it's gonna take a while, I think, before we get real fodder value. Maybe you can roll one time or so, but it's usually not what you want to do early on. He does have a chef's choice, so you could technically like buy the scout, buy the chef, and roll. They also kind of want to level, but that's also a little bit awkward. Yeah, it's turn 4 and it's already really interesting. Yeah, oh man, not easy here. He does have the tempo if he rolls, so rolling and leveling is an option. Level roll? Yep. No. Yeah, that's why I said, like, the one roll, I could see it happening, because if you level, you got 1 gold left over. Very, very fun start, right? Turn 3, he has his battle cry quest complete already. That's about as early as you can do that, realistically speaking, without staying on tier 1, right? So, super, super early. And having the battle cry already. Also gonna tie here. Very, very cool. So, still super healthy. Just level, take the damage. Hopefully the opponent levels too. Next turn is where we're going to see more rolling. On tier 4, that's where you can reasonably start rolling. Not too strong of a board. We're definitely losing, but we could be taking 10 in total this turn. So very low tier minions. We like that. 7 instead of 10. So we're getting off a little bit of a discount at the Syndragosa store. Super good. Feli is normally not good or not great, but he's got the Snicker Snack hero power. So Feli will end of turn buff the shop. I think you take the Feli or the souvenir. You take the souvenir if you feel like you can't lose and you're way too strong. It's not entirely obvious. I think the Feli is my preference, but he is going to be strong. So if you are strong and you can carry a souvenir stand for 3 turns, you get a massive reward, of course. The problem with souvenir stand is if you can't carry it and then you collapse. That's to carry the metaphor a little further. It is a riskier proposition. You have to be high rolling essentially to be able to make it work. So tough call for him. You can see him really being torn because his start is good. It's definitely a good start. But I think you get so much value from the Feli. I'm happy to just do it. The battle cry is weird because if he plays the picky eater, it also triggers end of turn. Look at that tempo. Yeah, just rolling gives him tempo. That's so funny. That's hilarious. Oh. Look at that. What a like, that's so funny. So that's all the fodders he was stacking though, right? What does this quest do? Well, at the end of the turn, it's going to trigger 2 battle cries. That's why he did not want to put the tier 1 picky eater on the board, because that would be a 3rd battle cry. He currently has a battle cry that buffs the shop in the Felemental, and a battle cry that puts fodders in the shop in the 2-drop. So that's a lovely combo of buffing the shop and then eating it. Very, very hands-off automatic scaling. That's why I favored it so much here. Now, he did have a good start, so it's possible that he could have gotten away with the souvenir stand. But I think it would be unreasonable to skip Felemental when you have Snicker Snack. And you only had one battle cry too. Oh, he has 3 battle cries, actually. Sorry, I missed that, guys. He has Percussionist. Now, Percussionist is definitely not a bad battle cry to trigger. You could argue that it's by far the best one on the board to trigger, right? So definitely not unhappy to have it there. Jesus only firsts. Yeah, Jesus is correct. This is Asia Pacific Jesus. Asia Pacific Battlegrounds Jesus reporting for duty. Yeah, Alutemu, very, very, very good. So this is why I also love doing these reviews. You know, we get to meet players like Matsuri, like Alutemu, who I think most of the English-speaking community is just like almost never exposed to. Sometimes if you watch tournaments, right? And there are not a lot of them. End of turn, double end of turn. The quest is end of turn. That's huge. Love to see that. So you see him sell the bad demons off his board here, start of turn, so that he can't eat the fodders onto them. Okay, looks like he wants to force the Percussionist to be the trigger because he sold the fodder here. So that seems fair. Yeah, you have a Drakari, so that adds 2 fodders end of turn. Bran. Bro, it's so good already. It's so good already, chat. Oh, you have to play that Picky Eater, right? To not lose, I think. It's so greedy to not play Picky Eater here, though. It's so big, and you have Snicker Snack end of turn. But he has a multiplier in the Drakari and a multiplier in the Bran. Yeah, he's gonna play it. Okay. So at the end of the turn, he's going to trigger 2 battle cries. I think it will trigger the same battle cry over and over, right? I don't think it will jump around, but maybe it will. But yeah, we have Drakari and Bran, which is basically the 2 best friends of this quest, aside from the battle cries, of course. Yeah, very, very nice to see that. Oh. 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 Yeah, it's triggering different battle cries. That's cool. With the Drakari effect, I mean, yeah. Well, that is fantastic. So he's got a big shop. He's got Wrathguard. He's generating money with the Percussionist. This is a fantastic demon start. We might want to just like sell the Felly. I don't know. Goldening Felly I think is still better. Yeah, I probably want to play somewhat fast here because we could have a good turn with this Bran. Yeah, now that I have 2 Fellies, it's very tempting to just keep. Sell the biggest minion, but I agree. Yeah, I really like trying to golden the Felly. So the upside here is if he does end up goldening the Felly, he can keep golden Felly on his board. And it's going to be triggered a lot end of turn. So you see him hold... There you go. I was going to say, you see him hold the other Felly in his hand, and that's so that he is not forced to sell it if he doesn't hit the pair immediately. He does get the triple immediately, so technically some missed buffs, but you can't know that, of course. So definitely correct, I would say, do it the way he did it. Because now he's down to 2 battle cries, and it's perfect. Oh, another Bran. Yes, don't mind if we do. Bran is so much fun with Wrathguard because you just want to cycle stuff, and Bran is so good at cycling stuff. And then the Percussionist just takes it to a new level. I guess that is worth buying. Yeah, you have like pretty good Fel buffs because you have the trinket. So your Felementals give an extra +2/+2, I think. So he's thinking, does he want to add the fodders end of turn? Yeah, I mean, think so, right? The other one is Chef's Choice, and then you get to sell another thing and roll and stuff. But so now he is down to 2 battle cries, which is perfect. We got ourselves the Golden Felly to buff with, and then the Percussionist adding cards, well, not cards, demons to his hand end of turn. It also happens end of turn instead of during the combat, so there is no risk of the Rewinder getting sniped if you have Beasts in, which he does. You could also put a Rylak next to the Percussionist. But if your Rewinder happens to die, which is not that likely here unless it's in the front, before it would be with like a Nuzao, where you kill the Rewinder and then you kill the Rylak, and you can kill yourself during the combat then. Amazing for turn 9, fantastic for turn 9. We're out of the woodland, right? I mean, let's keep the battle cries for another round. Right? Yeah, I like that. Seemed like for a second he was thinking about tossing something else, but like the woodland is okay, but we have the Wrathguard, which is a real fodder generation. What I want is a golden Percussionist. I actually made a golden Percussionist earlier today, and it was because we watched the Matsuri game. It was a game where he was really sitting on a percussionist pair for multiple turns, and I did that too, and my god did it work out. Made us huge. Very fun. Alright. So big. I don't think you need that. You're not taking that much damage. Ooh. Oh, we're not holding it. Okay. I thought like maybe holds, right? Try to triple Rylak. Oh yeah, I guess we could just end on Rylak. It's kind of like, well, no, definitely better to have a golden percussionist, but ooh. I don't think you played out this turn. I kind of like just end on Rylak, and then next turn let's just do some stuff. I guess he can Rylak the Felly, right? Yeah. I would be fine making more demons. I would be fine popping off with the thing. Popping off with the percussionist or the Felly. Alright. Next turn we do want this Wrathguard on the board, so we're gonna have to throw some stuff. Honk. Honk. Oh, Time Warp Shivara. Where'd that come from? Oh, from his other hero power? Maybe he had Murazond as a hero power and then swapped it. Ice Block coming in clutch here. It's either that or Tess. Right, he was probably Tess and he stole it from the Murazond. Right, yeah, that makes more sense. And the Tess hero power was used. Okay, Drakari out. Keeps the Rylak. Yeah, I mean, he's got the Reborn, sure. Oh, are we just holding that other Wrathguard then? Oh, interesting. He is going to hold it for triple instead of just getting double the value. That does hurt our scaling a lot, right? Because you're basically getting half the stats here. Keep a Rylak. Well, down to triple. Never mind. Yeah, that's both Matsuri and Alutemu doing the same thing, so I probably just have to hold pairs more often and be more patient. Now, yeah, this is being results oriented, of course, because it did work out rather fast both times where he held a pair. But it seems to be something he's doing consistently. And if the guy who just got 8 first places in a row, or is it 10? It's 8, right? Yeah, the guy who just got 8 first places in a row, if he's doing something consistently, probably not a bad idea to try that. You know, chat? It's just like, it's not a guarantee for success, but it doesn't seem like a stupid idea to be like, hey, you know, this guy holds his pairs quite a bit. Probably not a bad idea to do that too. So I think I'm going to try that a little bit more often. So like sit on Battlecry pairs, and then, yeah, you tank some inefficiency for a while, right? Because he might not hit that Wrathguard for another turn or so. But the upside is he gets to have a Reborn Rylak next to a Demon Generator. Right, that's a significant upside. So very cool, very cool. Oh, I love that, man, when we have these reviews that are both like we're watching some crazy high roll go off, but there's also like very tangible, specific advice to be, and at pretty high levels still, right? Because, you know, I'm not the worst player, right? And I don't do this too often. I'm generally more of the thought, let me just get the second Wrathguard on the board ASAP instead of losing all the fodders. But this absolutely is working out beautifully. Also throwing the Drakari over the Rylak, right? I might not have done that, but it does make sense because you can reborn the Rylak and then you can force more demons in your hand, and demons in the hand when your shop is already big are probably going to be more valuable. Here we go. Big buffs. So he's not really interested in going to tier 6. He does pick up a new hero power, but I'm guessing he's going to use that after he fights the ghost here to maybe get something like Frostwolf and copy his biggest unit. So you can go for the tier 6 demon, but his shop is already big, so I think it's better indeed for him to just cycle cards, use the fodder. Oh, looks like he thought that that was a Malchezaar, because the play pattern of putting the guy down after you bought and you're getting ready to roll, that was the play pattern of Malchezaar and not Bazaar. So I think he was just like, oh, and now he's just rolling for a spell to buy, and he's like, damn it, there's no spell. And now he has to buy trash. Yeah, I mean, I've probably done that. But that's funny, right? How you can tell from how he plays the card to be like, oh, he thought it was this card. That's funny. Malchezaar? 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 I like Malchezaar here. Nope. Okay. Well, I guess he doesn't want the fodders to go on Malchezaar. That's fair. That's fair. Sure. So he's gonna take the end of turn here. He's gonna farm his quest and then probably re-roll it. Re-roll the hero power next turn. We want to eat the Feli. I think it's fine. You still have Snicker Snack. The Schnicky Schnacky. Oh, look, he's like us, but infinitely worse. Poor guy. That's why he's dead. Poison the relic. Excellent. Excellent. So now, I suppose it's just playing around Scam, but it's a no Murloc lobby. That's usually the most annoying thing you have to do in a demon game. It's like, aha, I am big. What now? Oh god. People are gonna want to scam. He didn't hold his pairs, yeah. Whee. I mean, it is kind of hard to scam here. You've got Leroy, right? Leroy in the shop there. Oh, you can buy that baller spell for free. That's, I mean, oh, he's not doing it. Damn. Bro, that was such a fun play. I'm sad that we didn't do it. We had two Seers in our hand, right? So we could play two Seers with Bran. The baller spell costs 0. You get rewarded for selling stuff. So nice. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's kind of just cycle, have fun, and try to not get... Oh, wait, we're going to end on Drakari? I love it. The full disrespect. Like, how can I play around Scam? Drakari might trade into a Leroy. I want to do that. Yeah, I don't really need Parrot. Hand's too full, right? Wind Fury, Rylak. Let's go, baby. He does have a golden touch here for 1 gold if he wants it, but... What's he gonna demon? What's he gonna golden here? Still got demons from the trinket? Yeah, but his hand is full, but it's fine. Because the trinket is actually hands protected. Oh, yeah. So fun. Whee! Yeah, the golden percussionist would have been nice, but not 100% necessary with such an amount of generation already. Alright, we level now because we're just running out of time. Finally something that's relatable. Alright. A relatable play. Yeah, we're gonna have way too many. He did not have space to add the spell without overflowing fodder. Did not have space to add the spell. Oh, overflowing fodder. Right. Yeah, but I mean, you're getting 2 ballers in your hand, though. Isn't that worth the overflow then? Okay, well, maybe not. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's like a 0 operation then. That's fair, that's fair. Not going for the 0 cost baller because the upside is lost by having to oversell already. That's true. True, chat. True. So much fun that he actually just milked Drakari for another turn. Yeah, he needs to make some board space. That's great. That'll kill shields. We'll take it. Yeah. Play the ones that buff. There we go. He's overkilling his fodder a little bit here, but... Play some cards before we roll, right? Yep. Oh. Yeah, selling 2 is enough to full... Oh man, it's so much fun when it's not a Murloc lobby. Because the chance that you're actually getting scammed is so low. Because everything is big, right? So even 2 Leroys is like, okay, well, you have 2 Leroys. And we have the Brucon hero power to deal with something like Shielded Underdog. But you'd have to have George hero power already because there's no Nagas in, right? So it's kind of hard to shield. I think we're just chilling. We're just having a fun game. He doesn't have to overthink it. He can just cash in a first place, which is some satisfying demon cycling. Very satisfying to watch. I mean, if you really want to play around it, Surf and Surf is okay. He got Golden Percussionist. Is like, yes. You can just end on a Felbat, I guess, right? Yeah. Oh, he's not gonna get it. I wanted the tokens, right? He's gonna Divine Shield and taunt Bran. Yeah, there's worse things to do, honestly. Right. Yeah, it tanks an underdog. The opponent is trying, but not good enough. We're just so big. Yeah, we just tanked his guy twice. His big boy just ran into our big boy twice. No problem. Why don't we see much of the 6-drop demon that eats with every spell plate? Because the other guy is better. You have the demon that sells... Like, every time he sells now, he adds 2 fodders to the board, right? You can play with Terror Guard and cast a bunch of spells and eat. Or you can just go like, sell, sell, roll, sell, sell, roll, sell, sell, roll, right? The sell, sell, roll is like much faster, much easier, much more streamlined. It's just so clean. Wrathguard is just very good. Very, very strong. You can see it here, right? He just like sell, sell, roll, eat the full shop. Sell, sell, roll, eat the full shop. Very good. Does Terror Guard need a buff? Nah, I mean, Terror Guard was plenty good. I think this is just... Aw. It's fine. Buy Bran because you have a battle cry. Buy Bran at the very end because why not? He's like, I'm gonna Divine Shield taunt my Bran again. That was kind of good. I like that. Yeah. Funny. Get some value, please. Any Malkazars? I guess a free spell, sure. I would probably see them nerfing Wrathguard before buffing Terror Guard. It is big, right? If you look at this board, demons will get big. Demons get large. Ooh, ballers for free. Let's go. We're not done yet. We must buff harder. It's doing it for YouTube chat. Oh, Divine Shield taunt horse. Of course. Horse, of course. Here we go, chat. 13k on the percussionist, I think. Yep, 13k. Just a small 13k percussionist. Macabre the Leroy. Not quite. That's a good try. Of course, I would say. GG, Chromie. Damn, that was such a incredible satisfying match. That was such an incredibly satisfying match to watch. Holy shit. All right, English later in the stream.